Hey, yo, it's the afternoon on Q101 Merritt's Music Mix. My name is Jesse Paculette. Q101 Spotlight today is on Cassandra Maze. Hello, Cassandra.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right, so where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver, or more specifically, Coquitlam.
Coquitlam.
Yes.
The Coquitlam Express.
I'm a Tri-Cities girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tri-Cities, all righty. So you're from Coquitlam,
Yeah.
and you're into the singing thing now.
That's right. Yeah.
Seems to be taking off for you a little bit lately.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, so how did that all start? Take us to the beginning.
Well, the very beginning, I guess, it came from my family, because I grew up in a very musical family. My dad played guitar and sang around the house, and my mom sang around the house as well, and my brother was in guitar lessons. And yeah, I kind of just, I guess, took it all in, absorbed it, and I got bit by the music bug. What can I say?
So a very young age.
Yeah.
And you're a writer as well?
Yes, I write my own music.
Yes, okay. So do you remember writing your first song? I like to ask people this.
Ooh, I actually do remember. The first song I wrote was when I was 12, and it was called Scream.
Must have been pretty deep.
I think it was. Yeah, I was just, just going through puberty, had a lot of emotion, a lot of angst. So
Yeah. Rebel against bedtime.
Right? Totally.
So you do remember it. And it was called Scream, so what was it about?
Probably just about, I have no idea. Honestly, just
Getting mad
getting
and screaming?
old. Yeah, just feeling a lot of things
Okay.
at 12, going through a lot of emotions at that age.
Well, that was your first song, and your latest song, it's called Wait, and we are going to play it today after the interview's over.
Awesome.
And what can you tell us about this latest track here? I mean, I did listen to it, and it sounds pretty good. I'm digging what I'm hearing. So
Thank you so much. Well, Wait kind of plays on the old saying, good things come to those who wait. And I think that's true, but I also think that good things come to those who work really hard and who are ambitious and have dreams and, don't waste a day sitting around waiting for something to happen and just going out there and grabbing life by the horn, so to speak.
Absolutely. So, yes, I think you're correct with that. You don't want to misunderstand what that's saying when it says good things come to those who wait. It just means patience is a virtue, right?
Patience is a virtue, and it totally is. But yeah, you don't want to mistake it for, laziness or procrastination or anything.
Right. You can't be sitting in your basement and saying, well, good things come to those who wait.
So I'll just
I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. When will I have my first single out?
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Exactly. Yeah,
I like that message. I like hard work and dedication.
totally.
It's a good message. And,
good.
it can be kind of cliche, but if you listen to it, it works.
If you take it to heart, it means something.
It does. Absolutely. Can you give us an example of how that worked out for you so far?
Well, I've been writing songs, as we, just discussed, since I was 12, I guess you could say. So I had a whole catalog of songs that were never recorded or released. So one day I just thought, I'm going to record an EP. And I got some people together and I worked with some very fine producers, and I recorded my EP Velocity, and now here I am on the road touring and promoting it.
Exactly, yes. So you wrote that. Okay, so let's take you back to that first song, Scream. You wrote that song, Scream. Now, what you didn't do was wait for it to get released.
Exactly. Well, I never recorded that one because that was the first song I ever wrote. So that's hidden material.
Could be an extra track on one of your upcoming CDs.
Maybe a B-side sometime in the future, yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned how you already did some touring, and you went out east as well.
I did, yeah, to Toronto.
Right.
Yeah.
So how was that?
It was great. Yeah, I played, I don't know if you're familiar, the Horseshoe Tavern.
I'm absolutely
there
familiar
we
with the
go.
Horseshoe Tavern, yes.
Yeah, it
I
has
was
quite a
looking at that.
reputation. Yeah.
I've been there many times.
Oh, awesome. Who did you see there?
Well, I just saw live bands there. I'm not really sure who they were.
Cool.
It was during my college years where I went there a lot.
Oh,
I also
okay.
another bar that I went to a lot. It was on the same street as the Horseshoe. Was the Rex.
Okay.
And that's a jazz bar, and I used to go there
awesome.
all the time, right after school.
Yeah, so you like jazz?
So yeah, I like
Yeah.
I like a lot of stuff, but I like
Yeah.
that live brass stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was just down the street from the Horseshoe, but I remember the Horseshoe. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
And so how was that experience playing inside the Horseshoe Tavern?
It was good. Yeah, a lot of fun. I played there on a Monday, but it was pretty good for a Monday crowd.
Well, it doesn't really matter what day it is in Toronto. That's a good thing, especially on Queen Street.
Very true.
It's right by Queen and
busy.
Spadina, so that's a busy intersection there.
I wasn't sure. I never sure how to say that one. Spadina.
Yeah.
Okay, I was saying it wrong the whole time.
Yeah, Queen and Spadina.
Yeah.
Right across from the McDonald's.
Yeah, very busy. Yeah, Toronto's an interesting city because it's, I don't know, it seems like probably the biggest Canadian city around. I don't know. Most people.
As far as size goes, I think Montreal might be a little bit bigger, but population-wise.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit overwhelming.
But I mean, like Vancouver is pretty busy, right? So,
That's true. Yeah.
But would you say, like, how different is Toronto from Vancouver, would you say?
I'd say it's pretty different. The people seem to be, maybe a little bit edgier in Toronto. Like they're on edge a little bit more like pressed for time or something. Like they're always got to get somewhere.
Okay.
I feel like here on the West Coast, we're a little bit more laid back still.
Right.
We haven't quite got that like New York minute kind of sensibility quite yet.
Right. So
we still make time to go hiking and go biking.
Similar to New York and California, right? Like Toronto is.
I think so. Yeah.
Canada's New York in a way.
I guess maybe we get a little bit more sun out here, so.
Maybe.
That helps. The vitamin D or something helps.
Or maybe it's just that us that grew up in Toronto have more get up and go.
Or that, maybe you're the ones that aren't sitting around waiting, right? You're the ones with the ambition.
Exactly.
So are you originally from Toronto?
Yeah, I grew up there.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
Yeah. Now let's talk about where this persistence paid off. It was kind of a longer road to get to the singing part of what you're doing right now. But you did have some interesting experiences playing the keyboards for Victoria Duffield on tour.
Yeah.
And you already mentioned Australia. Yeah, you went to Australia and you went to the South Pacific.
That's true. Yeah, Fiji and New Caledonia.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your experience playing with Victoria Duffield.
We played in Chilliwack.
Mm-hmm. And how did it happen that you went to Australia?
So that was, I actually got on a cruise ship and I performed on the ship.
Which one?
It was a celebrity cruise ship.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good experience.
Okay, so it was a cruise ship that traveled around and you got to spend a day in Australia and spend a day in somewhere else.
We actually, we sailed in and out of Sydney. So I was in Australia quite a bit.
So how long was that? Was that like a contract, I guess? Like a 6-month type of deal?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right on. Yeah, that's what you want to be when you're working on a cruise ship as one of the entertainers. You get a pretty good deal there.
Yeah.
With all that free food and...
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's quite a lifestyle, life on the sea.
Yes.
As they say. Yeah.
Yeah, my family likes to do that every year. We go on cruises every year. So,
Oh, cool.
So I like that, the big boat on the sea. And yeah, there's tons of stuff to do on a boat too.
Yeah.
You don't realize how big it is until you're on there. You're like, holy cow, this is huge.
It's like a whole city.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know.
So you had that experience going on the cruise ship playing Victoria Duffield. So obviously that was an excellent experience for you, I would imagine. But what was the coolest experience of being down there that's unrelated to music?
The coolest thing.
Unrelated to playing music.
Just traveling around and just seeing new places is so amazing.
Is there one specific memory that sticks out to you? Did you go on a crazy waterfall or something like that? Or some crazy excursion?
You're actually jogging my memory a little bit. We went zip lining in Fiji, which was pretty cool.
Zip lining, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not as scary as it sounds, actually. I was really terrified because it was my first experience zip lining. But it's pretty safe, You're all harnessed in to the line. It's not like bungee jumping where you're just like kind of free falling, and which I've never done, but I do want to do one of these days. But
you do want to try it.
Bungee jumping, yeah. But skydiving's where I won't cross that line.
Now, what kind of zip lining was it? Was it the one with the gloves, or did you have without gloves where you can go upside down?
No, we had gloves. Yeah, it was all one direction. But it was fun.
Yeah. That's a good experience too. I tried myself some zip lining once before.
Yeah. And was that in?
It was in Belize.
Oh, cool. There you go.
Yeah.
How long was the zip line?
It was pretty long. It was multiple zip lines. It was hiking / zip lining.
Oh yeah, that's the same in Fiji. Yeah, I think the longest one is in Alaska, and that one's I think it's like a minute and a half just straight down the mountain.
Wow.
Which sounds amazing, right? Yeah. I want to try that one day.
Another thing on the bucket list, huh?
Yeah. There's lots of things.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good to fill that thing up. All right, so you already did some touring out east. You were doing like your own stuff out there too. Like how did they discover you out east? How did you get an invite out to Toronto?
You know what? I didn't get an invite. I just went of my own accord.
Okay, so it was a vacation to Toronto?
No. I was there promoting myself and playing my music. But, you know, the music industry is interesting. You really have to make opportunities for yourself, especially nowadays. You know, it's very much, you gotta put yourself out there. You can't, you know, as we're saying, wait around for opportunities to come your way. You very much have to make it happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you make it happen at the Horseshoe?
We got in touch with the owner or the booking agent, and you just convince them to let you play.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just, you know, you...
played them some of your stuff and they said
yeah,
right
exactly.
on?
Show them your music, maybe play them a couple videos, just reach out to them by email and, you know, don't take no for an answer.
Right.
That's how it's done.
So at first they're like, nah, and then he said, no.
That's exactly. Well, first you don't get a reply usually. That's the thing. You gotta send about 4 or 5 emails.
Oh yeah. And the next one you have to send it as if maybe they just forgot or something. Hey, I'm just following up and
Totally.
just making sure that you did see it, and you know.
Yeah, that's the secret of the trade. Yeah, very true.
Well, right on. You did your hustling and you got yourself over there.
Yeah.
And where's your hustling going to take you next? Can you tell us about where you're touring next?
Yes. So this weekend, I'll be in Prince George on Friday at Nancy O's. And then on the Saturday, I play the Office in Kamloops.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not too far from here.
Exactly.
That's this Saturday.
This Saturday, yeah.
At the Office in Kamloops.
Correct.
Listener, if you'd like to take a trip over to Kamloops.
Yeah.
And I'll play you her song in just a little bit at the end of this interview, and that'll give you a preview, man. Make you decide, yes, I do want to go to Kamloops this weekend, or you could decide, nah, not for me. I think you will decide that you want to go.
Either one.
Either one,
But
either
you
one.
should come.
Yeah, come on out. The Office in Kamloops. All right, so I know that recently you were also in Armstrong.
Yeah.
You were in Armstrong, so did you taste any of the cheeses or not?
You know what I did, actually? I stayed right across the street from the Village Cheese Factory.
Yes.
And yeah, I did. I went and I tasted some cheese. And
What
bought some
is
cheese.
the best cheese that you tasted at the cheese factory?
Ooh, probably the smoked salmon.
Smoked salmon cheese.
Smoked salmon cheddar.
Smoked salmon cheddar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very specific, but you know, I love smoked salmon, so.
Smoked salmon and on cheddar. Cheddar cheese.
Yes, correct.
Did you have it just by itself?
Yeah. Yeah, just like a cube, you know.
Yeah, okay. So like
Yeah.
samples.
Yeah, I think that's the way it's done, you know, just by itself.
Right.
You don't want to mask the flavor
Oh, okay.
of the cheese.
Well, put it on like a bacon cheeseburger.
You could do that. Yeah.
A salmon fillet.
Yeah. A salmon burger with some smoked salmon cheddar.
Mmm.
That'd be good.
I could see it, man.
Yeah.
Cassandra, thanks for coming on today and letting us get to know you a little bit better.
Thanks for having me.
We like to give our local artists a bump, and Jared, he was talking all about you. He said, we got to get Cassandra on. We got to get her on. So I said, okay, let's do it.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. And if people, once they hear this song and they want to discover more about you, where can they do that?
They can find me at CassandraMaze.com. And maze is spelt like a maze, like a labyrinth, M-A-Z-E. And you can find me on Facebook too at Cassandra Maze Music.
Cassandra Maze Music and CassandraMaze.com.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cassandra.
Thank you.